Hey, this is Sam. Welcome to BNS About Movies. This week, we're going to talk about Umberto Lenzi. And if you know me at all, gosh, you know how much I love Umberto Lenzi. You could say that his movies are scummy, or you could say they're really enjoyable. He really hits every single genre, from Eurospy with The Spy Who Loved Flowers, Criminal, Jolly with Orgasmo, So Sweet, So Perverse, A Quiet Place to Kill, Spasmo, all his Carol Baker movies. He's got his cop movies like The Cynic, The Rat, and the Fist, Manhunt in the City, Almost Human, Brothers Till We Die. And then, there's stuff like Cannibal Ferox, a movie that tries to take the genre further and deeper than even I thought it could go. It's the most violent film ever made and banned in 31 countries. There's Iron Master, where George Eastman wears a lion pelt on his head and murders his way through a ripoff of Planet of the K-Bear that's a million times better than that movie. Then there's Ghost House, a slasher haunted house film that's baffling in its ridiculousness. We already talked about it on the show and willing to get weirder and weirder as time goes on, and just as much time is given to discussing Chili and the infamous question, who's more popular in Denver, Kim Basinger or Kelly LeBrock, than exploring the house by the cemetery itself and watching teens get colorfully pulped into oblivion. In short, Umberto Lenzi is the kind of filmmaker that makes me tear up and yell things at my TV like genius and I love you. Nightmare Beach, also known as Welcome to Spring Break, is his take on the slasher in Miami, halfway around the world from home, celebrating sin, sex, and stabbings.
1 week of non-stop partying guaranteed to blow away so many brain cells you won't even remember your name. Oh, wow! Every one of these years, by sunrise Easter morning, well, I'm telling the whole school you're a bender.
I want to get off of this thing!
Welcome to Spring Break, the annual migration of the idiot.
Hey, biker parking only. Get a grip.
Chill. Look, we don't want any trouble, all right?
Edward Diablo Santor, the state stands ready to execute you as charged. Do you have any last words?
May the Lord have mercy on you.
Guard! Guard!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Some drunk breakers, thinking it's a fun trick. Sick.
Diablo's biker buddies.
He vowed he was coming back.
This is yours. Assaulting an officer with a deadly weapon. That's cause to blow your fucking pretty head off.
Who killed my friend?
Who?
And yet for years, Lenzi denied this was his film. Supposedly he had a falling out with the producers and wanted to be taken off it, as he found it too similar to Seven Bloodstained Orchids, another of his films. Screenwriter James Justice, working under the name Harry Kirkpatrick, hey, that's an Umberto Lenzi name, took over but convinced Lenzi to remain on set as an advisor. Harry Kirkpatrick sounds like a fake Americanized name for the director. It is. And Lenzi would continually say, my contribution consisted solely of providing technical assistance. It should be considered the work of Harry Kirkpatrick. However, in the book by Roberto Curti, Italian Crime Filmography, he claims that Lenzi did direct the film and refused credit. After all, Lenzi and Justice would work with the same producers Not much later to make Primal Rage, with this movie's writer Vittorio Rambaldi directing, and heroine Sarah Buxton showing up too. Italians in Italy is my favorite genre. No matter, I love this movie, and it's a kind of love I only resolve for certain films. I ignore how patently insane the dialogue are, and I love them even more because of it. This movie is everything you want from a slasher and everything you want from the best of all genres, Italian maniacs let loose in Italy. Diablo is the leader of the Demon's Motorcycle Club, and he's about to be executed for killing someone. He confronts his accusers, like his sister, that's Sarah Buxton, who is also in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and Stryker, John Saxon, the cop who put him away for good. He tells him he'll see them in hell because he's innocent, and he's going to come back and kill every single one of them. A year later, it's spring break time in Miami, which brings football player Skip Banachek, Nicholas the Toth, who left acting for editing. He's worked on movies like Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and X-Men Origins Wolverine. He's also the son of Andrew DeToth, who was behind the camera for House of Wax and Crime Wave. DeToth's father had an amazing eye patch when he needed after he was attacked by a group of young men as he scouted locations in Egypt. They thought he was military leader Moishi Dayan. He was also married to Veronica Lake, who was just one of his 7 wives. And yeah, House of Wax is a 3D movie, and the guy who shot it had one eye. Anyway, his character is joined by Ronnie Rivera, who is Raleigh Valverde, who went on to a career in real estate. They're at the beach. Ronnie's a pip. He says amazing things in this movie, like, how would you like to see her do squats on your tool? You want to bump short hairs? He actually says this to a girl. Yes, in 1989, when Nightmare Beach was made, men were scummy. They haven't gotten any better. While the sex and drinking of spring break is happening, this movie suddenly becomes Porky's for a bit. A masked biker is offing people left and right. The slasher does not use simple weapons. He's custom built his bike to include an electric chair that fries people just like Diablo died. So is he the killer? Is he Diablo back from the dead? Of course, Ronnie is fated to get in a fight with the Demon's Motorcycle Gang and get killed by the biker, just as Skip is due to hook up with Gail. Why do people find Skip so attractive? While everyone else is out and pouring water all over their t-shirts and throwing up, he's refusing beer and being sullen. He seems like perfect dating material, right, ladies? I also should bring up that the name of the gang is the Demons, and the font on the back of their jacket is 100% Demons, the epic Italian movie. I love that this is like slightly a Demons crossover. Shockingly, it's not one of the many Demons movies. Nightmare Beach also takes a page out of Jaws because the town council is covering up the murders and pinning the blame on Diablo when the real killer is running free. The point is hammered home when a jokester puts a fin on his back and swims at some hard partying teens, leading a cop to just open fire without warning. Well, I guess that's kind of realistic. So who's the killer? Is it Doc Willett, Michael Parks, Stryker, Reverend Bates, who is Lance Legault, Colonel Deckler from the A-Team, and Elvis Presley's stunt double, whose daughter Rachel is out of control? Or is it Mayor Loomis, Fred Booch, who shows up in Caddyshack, Shockwaves, Porky's 2, and The New Kids? I love that he's Mayor Loomis. Let's not hide our influences. Nobody is safe because the killer even takes out Diablo's girlfriend Trina by blasting her headphones with electricity, sending an eyeball straight out of her head and into the camera. Is it Diablo? I mean, his body is missing from the grave. I'm not going to tell you. Other than to tell you, if you watch enough Giallo, it all makes sense. After all, this movie is kind of a slasher, kind of Giallo. It's a lot grosser than most. While shot in Miami, this has plenty of Italian connections. Claudio Simonetti did the score. Vittorio Rambaldi wrote it, and his dad Carlo did the special effects. Supplementing that score, appearances and soundtrack songs by the band Kirsten. Animal, whose song Rock Like an Animal lives up to the idea that every metal band needs a tune that references their old name. Derek St. Holmes, who played on Ted Nugent's first solo album and was in the band MSG, and Ron Bloom, Rondinelli, Juanita, and the band Rough Cut, whose members included Jake E. Lee, who was Ozzy's guitarist after Randy Rhoads died, and he was also in Badlands, Amor Duraca from Orgy, Paul Shortina from Quiet Riot, and Craig Goldie and Claude Schnell, who both played in Dio. If you liked how the aforementioned Demons mix metal into the Italian film, then you're going to bang your head throughout this. Not a single moment in Nightmare Beach is boring. It's like doing drugs with the band backstage and then getting to sit in on drums. Then go backstage and get to pick a groupie. Therefore, I'll say it. It has no morals. It knows no laws. And all it wants is to ensure that you have the best time possible. You should check out Nightmare Beach right now. Stop listening to podcasts. Run back home and put it on. It's definitely worth watching. This has been BNS About Movies. If you want to learn more about movies, not just Italian ones, I'm ready to help you. Come to the website, B&S, bands, BNS About Movies. Reach out to me. I'm Sam at bnsaboutmovies@gmail.com. While you're on the site, you can give us a coffee donation if you'd like to. You don't have to. Tell your friends about the show. Rate us 5 stars, whatever you have to do. Watch more movies. Have a great day. Talk to y'all soon.